If you want to make big boy money with Amazon Wholesale, then you need this one skill: finding profitable suppliers. My name is Jonah, and in the last 30 days, I did just under $700,000 in revenue selling name brand products on Amazon. I've partnered with over 30 brands who I still work with to this day, and I now can find qualified wholesale suppliers in 5 minutes or less using these 3 methods. Today, we'll go over exactly how you can find these brands, what to say to them, and most importantly, what to avoid so you don't lose time and money on trash suppliers. Okay, and then now it's time for the fun stuff. So finding the first wholesale supplier. Now we're only having 5 minutes here, so I won't go super in depth on each one of these. If you guys ever need more help, DM me on Instagram, send me your questions, point you in the right direction. For the sake of this video though, 3 main ways that you can source wholesale suppliers quick, and you don't need a subscription to do so. So there's no pricey software needed to download it and nothing like that. Google, ChatGPT, trade shows. So I'm sure a lot of us have seen Google method. Just searching for brands and distributors on Google is a great way to find suppliers for your wholesale business still in 2025. And the reason being is because local connections matter. You're able to connect with people that others outside of your area can't do. So for me, I've had a lot of success with local retail stores, distributors, local brands, and ultimately, it still works today. So what you need to do is go to Google and you are going to search city niche wholesalers. I live in California. Today, I'm in beautiful Miami, so we're using Miami. Miami grocery distributors. And what you're going to do is go down this list of suppliers, open up each website, see if they're carrying name brand products, and then contact them to open an account. So we'll go over some of this process. But keep in mind, guys, if it's easy to open an account with a wholesale supplier, a lot of the times it's either not profitable or they just don't have any good stuff, really. So don't be shy. Don't be afraid if somebody says no, or we're not opening new Amazon sellers, or we're not opening new wholesale accounts, because all of that is normal. So after you hear that no, that's when the real work starts to come in. But for the sake of starting out, you need to put up as many shots as possible. So wholesale is a numbers game. That's just naturally how this business is. You're going to be told no, any sales position. You get used to it after a while though. So anybody here who has wholesale distributors, you might as well open them up, take a look at what they've got. See if it's showing a physical storefront or a warehouse location. That's always a good sign. We've got good reviews over here. I don't see a website here. So what I can do is max distributors. So this looks like an active business. I can't find a website. That's not always the worst thing, because a lot of old school distributors just don't even have a website, or a lot of distributors, they don't operate with a website. Give them a call, see what's up with them. But what you do naturally as you go through this list is you are going to take their name, their email, their phone number, put it into a Google sheet, and we'll contact them later. So you're going to grab a huge list of leads in bulk. Maybe you do that for a couple days, and then sit down, pick up the phone, and call them all one by one and open a wholesale account with each. So this is the Google method, very straightforward. Next up is ChatGPT. I think we all know how big AI is getting up until this point. Well, that's still also the case with Amazon and sourcing suppliers. So what I like to do with ChatGPT is dial in on a niche and ask for specific brands and then other brands similar to them. It's very hard to do if you don't have any brands to start out with. So start with a category. For me, I'm going to do outdoor products. We sell a decent amount of outdoor things. I'm looking for distributors of outdoors sporting goods products. Is giving me a list of 10 that carry name brand products that are already selling on Amazon. Cool. So just like that, I have a list of 10 distributors that I can now contact and try to open a wholesale account with. And this is the great part about once you guys start getting momentum and opening more and more accounts, once you open one account, you can always leverage that account versus others. So if you opened one cycling distributor and you buy from them, go contact everybody else and see if you can open an account there and see if you can leverage pricing against each other there. So once you have one connection, you'll see it'll bring you down a rabbit rabbit hole of finding more and more. For me personally, I do sporting goods, outdoors. That's why I'm using this example, but you could do kitchenware, you could do health and household, you could do anything. And this is funny because some of these guys actually, which leads to my next point, is I met them at trade shows. Great Lakes Wholesale, I met at a trade show. Liberty Mountain, larger distributor, met at a trade show, which is great ways to meet connections. So leading into that point, this is good. Now, which trade shows should I think about going to? Which trade show should I think about going to open account with these suppliers? I could probably use better wording there. A lot of the times what we have is you can just post specific prompts for what you want. I'm working with one brand. I'm looking for 5 that are very similar here. For the sake of this though, I'm just straight typing it out. So that leads to point number 3 of finding wholesale suppliers fast: trade shows. And you'd think, oh, I have to go to a trade show. It's going to cost a lot of money. I'm be face to face and I'm really nervous. None of that is even true. Here's a list of trade shows that give me exactly what their product selection is, any notes on it, where the event is. So I'm not local to any of these, but I still go to trade shows all the time. If you guys have not went to any trade shows and you're not having success with wholesale, go in person to trade shows, because I promise you, the no over the phone is not the same as that no face to face. So if you say, sorry, no Amazon sellers over an email, 90% of sellers just move on. Oh, this doesn't work. They said no Amazon. That's the entire game, guys. Like, they're not opening accounts to everybody. Why would you want to sell your product to everybody and their mother who has $5,000 for a PO? Doesn't make sense for a brand. It's not smart, but the reason usually is because Amazon sellers are just not experienced at all. They have no idea what they're doing. They get in bed with these brands and just can't fulfill. So what we like to do is we'll check out this Dima show. You can look at trade shows on their website by pulling an exhibitor list. So most trade show websites have it, an exhibitor list. And what you can do is look at every brand or distributor or whatever they are selling there. Look at all the brands and distributors, contact them beforehand, tell them you want to meet them at the show. You can set up meetings at the show. You could just open accounts directly with them, because if it's a supplier and they're on a trade show website and they're going to trade shows, they want to make business. They want to sell product. So here's a whole list of them. I would have a VA assist me with this. If you don't have a VA, which is a virtual assistant, you're going to have to go through one by one yourself, see what products they carry, see if it would be a good fit. But this is exactly how you can start sourcing wholesale suppliers that most people aren't doing. If you want to learn exactly what to say to suppliers, how to add value to brands, and want the complete system for scaling to 7 figures on Amazon with the wholesale model, click the link below and apply for the Wholesale Network. TWN is our private coaching community where we host weekly coaching calls. We have an active Discord community of over 160 members. We have my brand partner playbook, which is the best brand direct course on the market. And you all get one-on-one coaching from me. If you guys are serious about starting or scaling your wholesale business on Amazon, this is the place to do it. We give you guys proven tactics that work from businesses that are actively scaling on Amazon. So if you're serious, click the link below. Let's talk. I'll see you in the next one.